Come down to Crow Wood for my afternoon walk as it was sunny and rather icy on the lane, but I thought it would be a shame to miss it while it's like this, and I came down to the bottom of Crow Wood where the stream is, you might remember from before, and look at the watery bits. It's just incredible. It's like a frozen winter wonderland, and I thought you might like to see it because I've never seen it like this before, and it's rather amazing. If we look down here to the edge of you can see where it's frozen. Just not hard frozen, you know, it's still a little bit. It probably was this morning, but we're in the afternoon now, so it's probably at its warmest. And then overnight, I imagine it will freeze again because it's been freezing every night. But yeah, it's just so rather remarkable. I thought you might like to see as well. And I'm just going to walk a little way along the bank here of the stream. I don't think that's frozen, although we'll have a look and just sort of see the scene. There's that great big tree root with the sun shining on it. Lovely colours. Now the stream isn't frozen, there's lots of water in it. Again, I imagine it will refreeze overnight, and lovely ripples and reflections of the branches. I saw some muntjac deer as I came down here. I haven't seen the herd of red deer again. Anyway, just walk a little way along here and we'll just see how the scene changes, really. Look at all the rushes sticking out of the ice. They're just a very unusual thing. You wouldn't expect to see it in the woods. Little birds flitting around. I think they're a couple of wrens I've seen. If we stay still for a minute, we might see a bit more action like that. But it's very quiet. Very, very quiet. And the birch trees where they're fallen with their coating of snow, looking very pretty. And fairy tale. Just looking across at the field, but no, the deer aren't there today. Round past this fallen tree here. Just being a little bit wary because you think you're walking along on the path and suddenly you're in a bit of slushy ice melt. We'll just go as far as the big oak. Just to record what it's like. I don't remember one. I haven't known it like this, as snowy as this, since I've lived here at the old shop. And this is my oak tree that I like to visit here. It's looking very wintry as well. We'll see how the snow has piled up around the roots here and just landed and rested. I'm sure this old oak has seen it all before, and I don't think anybody else has been around here. There's lots of evidence of dog walkers. You see all the footprints, but not just here. And in the water, if you just look down, falling down. No, I don't want to fall right in. Look, beginnings of the irises. There's a sign of the spring. There'll be yellow flag irises. How lovely. I don't know what kind of bird made these big footprints here at the base of the oak tree, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a crow, quite a large bird. And then I noticed down here, just going down to the water here, you can see deer prints So I thought I would just show you those. I love seeing the footprints. We're able to see who's been going where in a way we never normally would. And I think this is another set of footprints going down towards the water. I guess if this didn't really freeze, it would be one of the only sources of water first thing this morning. I know that at home, the bird bath and the ponds were completely, the little wildlife ponds were completely frozen over. I broke the ice for the birds this morning. More footprints here, and I think this is probably a fox because their feet go kind of one behind the other like this. They seem to walk with it, almost like walking on a tightrope. And at the same time, if we turn the other way, there's many rabbit footprints. The whole of this area is completely peppered with rabbits. And I knew that because when you do come along here other times of the year, you always see rabbits darting under the gorse bushes here. And it's just nice to see that they are around. It's in great quantities actually, because look at the dance of the footprints here. And that's all rabbit. Many of them scurrying here and there and to and fro. If I see any others, well, I'm skidding here. Can you see the sort of little marks where they've been sliding along in the snow? And more here. Yeah, if I see anything different, I'll come back and show you. Actually, this is a really classic pattern here for rabbits. So I knew that's what they were anyway, but that really confirms it when you see a single print like that. So anyway, I'll keep going. I'm going to go up the slope here, up there, onto the main plateau of the heath, where we've been before. So it's just a different way up to it. So it's Thursday today, and it's the new moon. And I thought I would like to do a mindful activity this afternoon, and I've been making a mandala, which I quite often do on the full moon or the new moon, especially if I want to think about something in particular. It's something that makes you stop and just really get absorbed in the act of making it. And this one's been particularly fiddly to make because of all the dried bits that just as soon as you touch one, all the rest move, and then you've got to start again. But anyway, I did it, and it's a light. You can't see the flame very well on the video, I don't think, but I'll move a little bit so you can in a minute when I just talked a little bit about it, to tell you why I did what I did. So I was trying to think about the heath, because my project I'm involved in now is all about the heath, and so I used heather, which was there still. It's dried at the moment, but there's still some dried heather standing up on the heath. I just picked that out yesterday, and I was thinking about the lucky heather that gypsies would sell, and why they might have even thought it was lucky, in a herbal sense, not just because it was there and it was something that they could peddle, although obviously that could be part of it as well. But anyway, I put a ring of heather, and within that there are some mother of pearl buttons, and there are 8 of those for the 8 festivals of the year, or the 8 phases of the moon that are often recorded as well, and they're like little full moons. So I was thinking about a kind of prayer or spell for the moon to become full again and to give light from the darkness, and which was surrounding obviously the candle, which is also like a full moon itself. And the buttons were my grandmother's buttons, Grandmother Ada has buttons, and so there's a kind of family thing there as well, and the idea of bright shiny things that would have been loved by the gypsies on the heath, maybe. And also it's almost like a wheel as well, like a wheel of one of the wagons, one of the vardos, So going beyond that little central bit, you can see some dried bracken fronds, which I also found over on the heath as well, still standing, and they are just like the skeletons or the husks of what was of the old moon and of the old year. And so they're kind of the promise that underneath that will come new green shoots. So they're just the cast off husks before we'll get new life. And inside there, between them, there are white quartz pebbles, and they've all come off the beach here, or close by. The beach is close by because I collect them when I can, when I see them. And they are always, well, quartz is a special stone anyway, and it's often been found in prehistoric contexts, like a sort of bed of white quartz with something special placed on top. And also we know anyway scientifically how it amplifies energies. So it's yeah, I wanted a circle of that in my mandala. And finally, around the edge, there are 28, and I have counted them, gorse flowers. And the significance of that is the fact that there are 28 lunar days in a lunar month. So that is kind of speaking of the entirety of time. And the idea that when the gorse is in flower, kissing is in season, and there's always some gorse in flower, so it's perpetual. So there's perpetual energy, perpetual love, but perpetual life force is the idea that I had when I put that around the edge. And there we are, that's it. I shall keep it in place this evening for the new moon evening. I think the moon becomes new technically at about something like, well, sometime after 7 this evening anyway, so we're heading up for that in a few hours' time. And I'm just going to move down like this, so you can see a little close-up, which I'll just pan around. Not that it's anything of great beauty, it's not really to do with that, it's to do with the intention of making it and just giving it that time and attention to actually do it and not just thinking about doing it. I could so easily not have done it, even though I'd collected the bits and pieces yesterday, but I really did feel it was important to do that, and it's helped me to think and clarify about things I was puzzling about or fretting about. It takes the world away for a few minutes and puts it into a more mindful and creative place. And now I've turned it, you can see the flame burning. No, I'm pleased with that, and I will do it again at the full moon as well. There'll be different energies. Oh, I should have said also that I do use a dark circle there for the dark moon, so it symbolises the dark moon. I have got a lighter colour stone circular thing as well, so I will use that I use that when I'm doing a full moon mandala. So on this new moon evening, just want to say goodbye from the old shop and wish everybody a very happy evening and every good wish for this new moon and the months to come.